There it is.
We're live. Hello, Kraken. How are you? Oh, usually I am not having a Monday now that I am not working a 9 to 5 job, but I think today was a Monday.
Oh,
It's cloudy and dreary here, and I'm just tired from the weekend. And
it's been gross here too, but the sun started to peek out, so that's good. We've had rain and rain and rain and rain, but we had no rain all summer. We had nothing, so that's okay. I know. I think it's going to be a wet fall.
Right about bedtime last night, we had a nice storm roll through here.
Oh, wow.
You could hear it thundering down on the roof over the sound of the TV. I was upstairs. Mom was ironing, and I don't know, it was like 10 o'clock at night, I think. And they're about 9:45. And all of a sudden, it just cut loose. And I'm like, is that the rain? She's like, what? I don't hear it. And I'm like, I think it's raining.
Hey, Rebecca, I love when that happens because I have skylights in my back room and the vaulted ceilings that I can hear. I love the way it sounds. Hey, Kaz.
Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Kaz. Hi, Barbie. We're having a sale with Barbie on Thursday. Woo, woo.
Yep.
Hang
Hey,
out with
Sheila.
Barbie. Hi, Sheila. Oh,
cheers.
Whacking stuff together.
I do that all the time. No, yes, it's been a wild, hot summer, and weird animals have come out to play. Last year, I had owls and hawks and like really cool things that I could see outside my window. No, I got snakes this year. And if you all don't know how Nikki feels about snakes, you've heard how I feel about mice. Snakes are worse. So my son's taking our dog out yesterday afternoon, and we have a big bay window that leads out onto the front deck, and we can see him standing out. He's just standing there with the dog. He won't come back in the house. So John finally gets up and goes to the window, knocks on the window, and I'm not paying attention. I'm doing something else. He's going, what's going on? He goes, so I don't see any of this. Now they're gone for 20 minutes in my mudroom. And I'm going, did something happen? Did the dog get into something? Maybe she wasn't supposed to do something. I have no idea. Turns out a snake slithered into the house, into my mudroom.
No. That is not okay.
Went underneath the bench, underneath the radiator, and was going towards the closet. They were out there snake hunting with nothing to get the snake. My son's up on the big bench holding a vacuum cleaner to smash the snake if the snake comes out, while John's trying to poke it with an old flagpole to get it to go out onto the deck.
No,
20 minutes to fight a snake. I was like, this is why I haven't been outside all summer long, because of all the snakes. They're not supposed to come that close to the house. No. And I know they eat mice, but I'm going to tell you what. I don't know what I'd rather have, snakes or mice. I take that back. I'd rather have hawks and owls. They eat both. It was just really, and now I'm all freaked out. I'm like, that's it. I'm not going outside anymore.
Well, when we were pulling all of this stuff out of the garage for the garage sale, Mom thought she had old garage sale signs in this little like side room that they've got that they had stuff in front of, and it's got a dirt floor. So Dad moves the stuff and gets into there. They have not been in there all summer, mind you. And the whole dirt floor has been dug up and something has been nesting in there.
No. Just the idea of something. Oh my God. Yes, flying cockroaches. Oh, Helen. I think the worst is when like a grasshopper or a cricket gets in the house and you're trying to sleep and you're like, damn it, somebody find it.
But my cats killed the last one that was in here.
And all sorts of weird creatures, though, I really have. And I don't know why this year. It's because I saw the snakes and I wouldn't go outside and I wouldn't take care of the garden. So I went, fine. It's the pollinators garden this year just for that. I think that's why I've got lots of weird stuff crawling around outside. Yeah. Well, we had so much rain. I have a stream behind my house. A big tree fell and it's floating down the stream with 4 frogs and 3 turtles on it. I mean, just floating down the stream, 4 frogs and 3. They were having a party. It must have been a bar, a reptilian bar.
Oh, that's funny.
I know cats like playing with bugs. My dog likes them too. I was actually terrified that if the snake had gotten into the house, she would have went after the snake. And that would have been
Yeah, that's
Not,
scary.
yeah, yeah. The other
Because
two
even
are
if they're
cowards.
not venomous, you don't want a
Yeah,
snake attaching itself to your cat's leg and locking on.
no, no. And the scary thing is we do have venomous snakes up here. And when you don't know, I don't know. Say no to snakes. I don't care that they eat mice. There are other things that eat mice.
I'm fine with snakes as long as they're not anywhere near me.
Oh,
They can
God.
live far away. Stay away from me. Although in
I
the
just,
old apartment I lived in, my nephew used to find the little ones that were like this big, and they were really cool, and they'd look metallic. They'd be all shiny, and he'd bring them in, and my sister would freak out, and I'd be like, "Oh, that is so cool!" Because I wasn't out in the yard. I didn't have to. He just brought it in, showed us, and then would take it back out to the yard.
I'll look at afar, but I turn into a 50s housewife when it comes to snakes and mice. I will be up on a chair with a broom, screaming and beating the air and walking on furniture to avoid. And I don't, I'm ridiculous. Eek. Oh, goodness.
Well,
How
if we
is
missed you
every,
coming in, hello. Thanks for being here. I saw Helen is in her car, so she's listening. She can't read the chat. So, hello, Helen.
it's just talking about my snake story. Hey,
Hi,
Angela.
Angela. So,
Yeah,
we are talking about Blenko glass today. And I did bring back the ginormous Blenko ashtray that I had for sale last week. It'll be for sale again this week. But I wanted to show you guys every piece. Now, this is not every piece of Blenko glass, but every piece that I have found has had this texture on it.
yeah,
So that
a lot
can
of
be
it.
an indicator that if you found a nice heavy piece of glass, a nice chunky piece of glass with this texture, it could be Blenko. So wanted to start out with that.
And weirdness. Blanco's weird. Just not another way to put it. They're weird.
Yeah, because throughout the years, they brought in designers
Uh-huh.
who made things. So Blenko started in 1893 by an immigrant who came from England. And he started the company out as a stained glass window company. And then he found that people here in America did not want to buy American made glass. So he briefly went back over to England and was shipping it back over here from England so that people would buy it. So he came back to the US and he opened his glass company in Milton, West Virginia in 1921. So last year was their 100th year in that location. From what I see on the internet, Blenko is still in production. They have a
Yeah.
museum. You can take a tour of the factory. And I don't know how 2020 affected some of this stuff. Hi, Becky. But they were doing classes where you could go and make a pumpkin at Halloween, or you could make an ornament at
Hi,
Christmas.
Joanne.
A lot of things changed in 2020. So hello, Joanne, and welcome. So I don't know if that's something they're still doing, but they were. Mr. Vintage and Vino's with us today.
Ooh.
Hello. So Blenko
Oh, yeah, I have a friend designing for them. Oh, that's awesome.
has always been a family-run company. So I think the current president is the great-grandson of the original Mr. Blenko, William H. Blenko. And he didn't come to America until he was 38. So during the Depression, he had to expand like so many other glass companies. The ones that were able to stay in business had to learn to do something different. And that's when he started producing the tableware and, drinking ware. He hired 2 Swedish glass craftsmen to help expand the line, since what he did was stained glass windows. The company was originally named Eureka, and it changed to Blenko when they added other glass besides the windows. Macy's department store started to carry Blenko in 1932. The White House has a collection of Blenko tableware that they occasionally pull out and use. They hired their first designer in 1947. That was Winslow Anderson. And some of his designs were featured in New York's Museum of Modern Art. Wayne Houston came after that. Now, to the best of my knowledge, Wayne Houston died this month. He died on September 6th, which means I think that the glass designed by him is probably going to go up in price. That glass bottle, hi Karen, that glass bottle that I sold last week is Blenko designed by Wayne Houston. So I sold it for $20, and Bridget better hang on to that for a little bit and then turn around and sell it for $200. I'm gonna tell her that too. So Wayne Houston created some of Blenko's most celebrated and recognized items. Their most popular piece is that pitcher that has the double spout on it. And the reason I wondered why
see if I can find it.
Why that one was designed in the shape that it was designing. Because I'm like, that is the weirdest water pitcher I've ever seen. It was specifically designed to fit into the refrigerator doors of that time period.
Okay. They have lots of weird ones.
Yeah, but that water pitcher was designed to fit into, called a water bottle. And that is their, their bestseller. Like we talked about Fenton's bestseller. That is Blenko's bestseller and probably longest produced item. So they went through a bunch of designers. Houston designed for them for 10 years and then moved on. Joel Philip Myers, John Nickerson, Don Shepard, Hank Murda Adams. Adams was a student at RISD, Rhode Island School of Design. My son went to Rhode Island School of Design. So I thought that was kind of cool that they hired someone that had been a student at the same college my son was at. Blenko uses wood molds for a lot. Now, they're not the only glass company that uses wood molds, but they have used, it's kind of their signature thing. And one of the reasons they did that was it allowed them to try out a design without casting a whole piece of metal. If the design took off, like the water bottles, then they did cast a metal mold to make those, and they pump those out quite quickly. The wood molds eventually burn up. So your first piece out of a wood mold is going to look different than your last piece out of that wood mold before you have to dump it and not use it. But that they were hand carved and then allowed them to try out new designs without putting too much money into it. So that's kind of a cool thing. As of 2020, all of Blenko's glass workers were men.
Oh.
And usually you had like 4 or 5 glass workers. So you'd have, I didn't write down the names of all of them, but there were 2 main that would be making the piece, and then 3 that are supportive, that are doing things to help make those pieces. And they're pumping the pieces out depending on the intricacy of the piece. They can take like 5 to 8 minutes, or if it's something more intricate, it could take longer. But all of those, the 4 or 5 men would be working on that one piece. But as of 2020, now I couldn't find anything out afterwards, so I don't know if they ever did have.
Angela says
yes,
they
3
do.
women now. They had women that worked there. I think even the first Mr. Blenko, his wife worked in the office. So they do administrative things. There are other things they do. But as far as the glass workers on the floor, as of 2020, they had not hired a female glass worker on the floor. Now, in 2017, they did hire their first female designer, and that was Emma Walters. They started in the mid-30s producing a yearly catalog. So look up Blenko catalogs sometime and just, Nikki said weird, just look through the weird.
It's there, but I like that they're weird. Like, here, This is what I mean by weird but cool. This is a mermaid decanter, so I'll get
I
it close.
love that one. It is
And
so weird.
it's odd, but there's something awesome about it. You know, they're bent funny. They're their handle is bigger than the rest of it, but that's what it is. It's all about breaking molds with them, literally.
That was all I had. Just a brief history.
Yeah, I don't have too much more. The only thing I have is all of their decanters, and I got another picture in my fancy book here. All of their decanters, they hand grind the top so that it fits each bottle specifically. Fits each bottle,
Oh, so you can't
which
marry the pieces. They won't fit together well.
they won't fit together as well. They have, I don't know, my goodness. There's so much in this book on Blenko. Here we go. So here are two exactly the same size decanters, but you can see that one is just taller than the other. So each piece is super individual, which is kind of neat. I like that about them. So that's a cool little tidbit. The other thing is they were another company that did weird names with their colors or named their colors. It wasn't just blue or green. It was tangerine, Jekyll, turquoise, sea green, rose, lemon, charcoal. They went and did different colors and then put those different colors together in ways that just were odd. But that was the whole point. They wanted to break the molds of the standard stuff, and their stuff is really more art glass. It's art.
Yeah.
It's form and function married to make an art piece that is a showstopper if you can get a hold of one of these. Inexpensive.
And I've heard a lot of people refer to Blenko as America's answer to Empoli glass.
Oh, yeah.
But Blenko never felt that way. They were copying some of the Swedish glass, but not Empoli glass. So
no, but they did like to toot their own horn. They would say there were two different taglines that they had come up with, and one was something about world-renowned glassmakers, and they dumped that one, and they went to well-known American glassmakers, something like that. They were very big at tooting their own horn, however you want to put it. Yes. Yes. Oh, see, that's awesome. I like that. I like that they messed with color, they messed with shape, they messed with form, and they actually brought in artisans, designers who were willing to push the boundaries of what was normal. I mean,
well, their
they
ashtrays
have
from the 70s are just like blobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just throw the glass down and see what happens while it's hot. And whatever shape it makes, that's what we're gonna go with. But it's thick, it's heavy, it's beefy, it's large.
Beefy glass.
All of it is. I mean, you're not shipping Blenko glass cheaply, people. It's not going to happen.
I read a story from somebody who'd heard it from Wayne Houston. So he is like, I can't tell you if it's true or not, but this is the story that Wayne told me. And they'd gone to see, I don't even know which company, because I couldn't find the story again. They'd gone to have a business meeting, and the owner of this company wanted to talk to the designer, had him sitting in a chair in front of Mr. Blenko, and really that irritated Mr. Blenko. And it was Wayne Houston was the designer, and he's like, well, and he pulls out a thing, and he's like, these are the pieces I like. Can you make them in pink? And of course, Wayne's like, well, yeah, we can do that, even though pink at that time was not a color they used. And so they left, and Mr. Blenko's like, can you really make those in pink? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, good, we're going to make those in pink, and we're never going to sell them to him. Because he made Mr. Blenko sit behind Wayne Houston. So I don't know if that story is true or not, but it's a cute little antidote.
I know that when they hired Wayne Houston, it took him a year to actually start, because they hired him in 52 and his glass didn't come out till I think late 53 or something like that, because it took time to come up with and to make the molds and to do the pieces that they wanted to do, because originally they were just pressed glass for churches and architecture, and it was beautiful colors, but it took a while for them to get, and when it came out, I'm sure it knocked the socks off of a few people. Like I said, they have some weird forms, but then they have some classic shapes too that they look like big long wine glasses, and the vases are beautiful and colorful, but they're not, the breast decanter. And yes, there is a breast decanter out there. They're not the little person like this, like a little teapot person with the sunflower head.
Yeah, I love that piece.
I love that. If I find that piece, yeah.
Well, they
That's
did
one of
this
those.
big ashtray with an owl design in it. So at first you're like, is that an owl? And you look close, you realize that there's a whole owl pressed into the bottom.
And the other thing is they did use labels, but they also acid etched in the bottom of some of not all of their glass, because I've picked up pieces of Blenko that have stickers and other pieces that have the etching in it. So some of them are etched. Ooh.
I love that Becky's dropping tidbits in there for us.
That's cool.
And she had told us this one.
And Erickson did too. Erickson got his start in 1937, and then with Blenko, and then he broke off and made his own glass company, Erickson Glass, he was another Swedish designer who went off on his own and made his own company. I don't think he didn't last as long, but yeah, that's pretty much all. Blenko's cool. They're really neat just to look at their stuff and just kind of go, wow, they were really out there.
Yeah, and to see a whole bunch of it displayed together.
Yeah.
Lets you see the richness and depth of the colors, and they were so bright and in your face, and
they were doing colors that were just they were beautiful colors. They rivaled the color of some Viking glass, and just edible. You want to lick the glass and see what it tastes like. What flavor Jolly Rancher is this Blenko glass? Yes. Oh, beautiful stuff. So if anybody else has any questions, go ahead and throw them in there. But
if you guys have questions, drop them in there. But otherwise, we're going to get started. I will let Nikki go first today.
Hello. Now, I don't have any Blenko, but I have a piece of Swedish glass. Actually, it's a owl. So I'm going to show him first. Here's my glass owl. And he is big, and he is beefy, and he is meaty for sure. Now, this form is from Lars Helston. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm never going to get that to show up. So he didn't actually make this himself, but the form is his, and somebody else poured it. So it's clear glass, very smooth and shiny on the back there, flat to sit on the bottom, and it's got that same kind of like orange peely feel that a lot of Blenko does. Not Blenko though. He is a big boy. Let me give him a quick measure here. He is 5 inches tall. 5 inches tall, and he is very 3D too. So I think he'd look great with one of those color lights behind him too, changing. Yeah. Oh, my hair's all over the place. I could never commit a crime because I would leave too much DNA behind. Okay, sorry. Well, not all the time. All right, so if you're interested in my form of an owl created by Lars Helston, it's going to be $15, number 90. $15, number 90, and I'm working my vintage muscles with this guy. He's got to weigh quite a few pounds, because he's a heavy, meaty baby. Okay, and next up, I picked this little guy up this weekend. He's so cute.
I have 2 of those, but not that color.
I should have gotten the other one. They had a green and then this color. Now, is yours? Oh, Sheila, I see you. Is it Dagenhart? Because when I was looking it up, is yours Dagenhart?
I don't know. I don't know that I ever even looked them up. They're in my salt dips, and so they're just displayed there. So I don't know. Did you check that one for glow?
I tried with my big light in the kitchen, because I have a big light, and it might have a little bit of a ghost glow.
Sometimes they have a bit of a magnesium glow in
it might have a little bit of a ghosty glow.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm not going to be able to
see us.
But
hey,
it might. It might. Okay. Aww. So he's just a little guy, and it is like a little cellar salt dip. I love the color very, very much. Go good with anybody's little bluebirds. There's lots of little details on it too, and I don't know if I'm gonna get that to show up where you can see his feathers and just the little wisps. I think it's just adorable. So if you're interested in this little guy here, he's gonna be $10, number 75. $10, number 75 from my little bluebird. And those are my two.
It's been a while since he's made an on-screen appearance.
I know he has. He must be getting comfy now.
Or he's just missed me because I was outside. The first day I was running the garage sale, they were sitting at the open screen door just crying at me because they could see me, but I wasn't in here with them.
Oh.
My mom came down. She's like, "What is their problem?" Hi, Roy. Roy, look at my baby.
They miss their mommy. He's so cute.
All right. My first item today is this gorgeous cigar ashtray because it's got the bigger, I don't even know what those would be called, but indents to set your cigar. This is made in Indonesia. It's got these gorgeous roses on it. My mom loves this piece of glass, but we have no use for an ashtray. If she could find some creative way to use this, I think she would have taken it from me, but so it is about 6.5 inches. It fits down inside the Blenko ashtray. So it's this size. I just love the roses on it. And I did not feel any chips or cracks on that when I washed it today. But $12, number 3. $12, number 3. Oh, yes, I know. You're a sweet baby.
And a round of applause for Claudia doing glass one-handed.
You're making my job a little hard, buddy. He's like, I don't care. Just want my mom. Second item today is a glass apple. I never come across glass fruit. So this one's not super heavy. So it's not one for paperweight. It's just one for display. And it's got a weird little white spot inside the glass. Right there.
Oh, I see it.
But it's this size. Oh, you're getting down?
It's poison apple time, guys. These are great for Halloween.
The leaf and the stem are in good shape. No chips there. It is 4 inches, maybe a tad over 4 inches tall. Glass apple, $8, number 8. $8, number 8 for my glass apple. And those are my two.
Okay. Up next, I got a swan, and Claudia already told me, thank God I already have that swan. So I have
He's always selling things I collect.
I all of a sudden I'm coming across birds and swans like crazy. So, go figure. So it's very, very beautiful detail. Every little feather. There's a really nice opalescent ring of fire that goes all around the top and even at the tip right here of his beak. So he's a gorgeous baby. I like that the dish is heart-shaped. When you flip it over, it looks like a heart. No idea who made it. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea who made it. So there's no marking. So because I don't know, and I did look it up, and you just get, oh, it's a ceramic. There's so many white swans out there. So a little baby guy, just a real pretty little tiny baby. And he's about 4.5 inches. I'm almost knocked over my owl. He's about 4.5 inches long. And like I said, the detail that they have on this piece is just gorgeous. So if you're interested in my little milk glassy swan here, it's going to be $10, number 78. $10, number 78 on that guy.
Yeah, see, here's mine.
Oh, look, we're twins. I think he's gorgeous, and I actually think if you find something really pretty to put inside him, I mean, leave him on his own, sure, but I do think it'd be kind of neat to put a little special trinkety thing inside him. Next up, this is my favorite piece of the day. I have to be honest. When I saw this, I gasped.
So pretty.
Yeah, it's all purple. I love it. And I love that this is one of the few pieces of agate slag glass that I've ever found that I actually think looks like natural stone. It really, really does. And it's a mini guy. It's not a big guy. Once again, unmarked, so it's not the what is the name of that agate glass?
Acro.
That's it. It's not aggro agate.
They always mark theirs.
Yeah, they always do. And there's no mark on this at all. It's
sometimes
just
their mark is really, really faint. Though.
It is. And you can there's nothing on the bottom at all that you can see. And I can't see through it. No, I can't see through it. Thought it was a little light. But he's a baby guy. I'm sorry, Cass. There's a few things you might like. This is 3.5 inches tall, so
I know, Cass. She tortures us with her good glass.
I don't come across purple often, but the couple I picked this up from, they had managed to get a whole bunch, and they just bought the whole lot. And the person's like, "What do you want that crap for?" And they were like, are you looking at it?" So this was the last piece that they actually had, and I managed to snag it. So if you're interested, this guy here is going to be $10, number 73. $10, number 73 for the little slag purple beautiful. This is the one I want to know what it tastes like. I put that on my preview for the week. I really want to know what this, because I bet you it's like grape and yummy. I don't know. Those are my two.
I love that piece.
I do too. It's so pretty.
All right. So this I did not discover until today when I washed it up. Does have a chip right there. So the price is going to reflect that. This came out of my extended family members' hoarded house. Just your basic juice reamer. This is the really nice deep one. So you can juice several oranges before you have to dump it out.
Yeah.
The spout is not chipped, just the handle. Just right there. So price is going to reflect that, but almost 2.5 inches tall, 6 inches across. So not one of the small ones. I would actually use this. Of course, I use my uranium glass ones. I have 3 of my uranium glass ones.
I use mine every day when the orange crisis, where I can actually get a decent orange, ends. Yes, I use mine every day.
Yeah. And when I went up to wash it, I was up in my mom's kitchen washing stuff, and she's almost picked it up and put it back, and then turned around and realized hers was already up. She's like, "Oh, that one's not mine." So she has the identical one. It's just $6, number one. Just $6 because of the chip right there. Oh. And I brought some Pyrex.
Oh, I love that one.
This is the Golden Wreath. At least that's what it said online. I didn't actually look at the Pyrex website. I just did a quick search because I was running behind today, guys. I am not as well prepared as I normally am. So this one was used. It was not just set somewhere and displayed, because you can see that little bit of, and I give them a wash, but I do not scrub because I do not want to damage any of the designs on Pyrex, so I do not.
And isn't that funny? Until I started reselling, I used my Pyrex constantly. I would scrub the crap out of it, didn't care, because I just used it.
So Pyrex casserole, what number is this one? 043, 1.5 quart. I think we all know what that size looks like.
Oh, I love the shimmer on it though. That's what I like.
It really is pretty. And it is $15, number 6. $15, number 6. And those are my 2. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today.
So, all right. Up next, I have a set. I brought these before, and I'm going to sell them together this time because I really think they need to go to a little home. So these are, from what I found, these are Knobbler. They are hand blown. There's a little tiny, you can see the little flip down there. Applied handle on both of them, and then they're etched with the little flower design there. I think they're just adorable little baby shot glasses, but I think they'd also make cute little bud bases for like one pretty flower. So I've got the green and the teal here, the teal blue. I love these two colors. So I'm going to sell them both together. And if you're interested in the pair of them, they're going to be $10, number 85. $10, number 85 for the little pair of shot glasses. There'd be some fun drinks you can have in here, I'll tell you that. I'm looking at you, Angela. I'm looking at you because I saw that she had this great picture on Instagram. The mug was beautiful. And the fancy foamy drink she was drinking out of said mug. It looked yummy. Next up, I have another little tiny, I have lots of smalls today. Another little tiny piece of
that's
this
pretty.
baby. Oh, I love it. I swore it was going to glow. You know how you don't, I never bring my black light with me when I go out, and I just go, it's going to glow when I get it home. It doesn't glow. I wish it glowed. It doesn't. But mix it in with uranium glass, and when you don't have the light on, it's going to look just like a piece. It does have the applied little handle here, right in there. And it's a baby guy. Look, see, he's this big. I tried to fit one of my little pumpkins in him, but it wouldn't work. So I was a little bummed about that. But really cute, just little tiny baby basket. And if you're interested in the tiny little basket, it's going to be $8, number 93. $8, number 93 for the tiny little green basket. And those are my two.
All right. My next item is my only offer up today. It's going to start at $20. And it's these candle holders. They also made these in nappy dishes, but these do have, you can see the candle holder bit inside of them. I did not find any chips or cracks on them, which is really unusual because a lot of times the sawtooth gets, let me check one more time under the ring light. No, I did not see. So without the handle, they're 5 3/4 inches. With the handle, they're 6 3/4 inches. So here's the first one. It came up as Ellie Smith. You know, a lot of glass gets called Ellie Smith. The molds were moved around, so I cannot say for certain what glass company did these. They're not marked. This one still has some wax in it because I just did a quick clean on these today. So this one still has wax in it. So somebody did use these.
Now see, where is Bridget with her blue is the new color for Halloween? You're missing it, Bridget.
I cannot wait to see her display.
I know. She's got such an eye. I can't either.
And to me, these look like they're a slightly different shade of blue. I found them together though.
No, you get Geneva at 20. Blue is the new orange.
Do you guys see my cat now?
Oh, yes. Now we know why she's selling her tall glass, people.
Oh, he is something else. I didn't even have time to look up this. I know this specific design has a name, but I was running behind, people. Doing that garage sale for 2 days wore me out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The second day, my niece came to help me, so I didn't have to be out there all by myself all day. But hauling all of that stuff out and then putting it all out on tables and then putting it all away, and it was a lot. All right.
I didn't even see him,
What
Kaz.
is he doing?
Oh. We're going to the next level, Mom. We've advanced.
He likes to get on there and then smack at his sister who's sitting in the hammock all the time. And I'm like, stop that. Someone's going to fall. All right, I'm going to start the countdown. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. You're being a brat. He woke me up this morning by whacking something glass into something glass. He didn't break anything, but it woke me up out of a dead sleep, and I was like,
Not the expensive stuff.
all right, those are going to Geneva for $20.
Congrats.
Write that down. Then my second item is a married piece. But I found them together, so I thought I would leave them together. It's this pretty handkerchief vase with a flower frog. So this is one of the little flower frogs. It's only 2.5 inches, but it fits down in the bottom perfectly. And I could not identify who made this, but this has a nice polished bottom. So
super clear.
Yeah, I don't know the age. I don't know who made it, but it's pretty. I found them together, so I thought I'd bring it. Just under 5 inches on the vase. But, you know, clear glass is always classic. Fits in with any decor. So for both pieces, it is... Oh, my cards are stuck together. Just $12, number 5. $12, number 5. I did the same. Yeah. I don't know what he just,
Duncan Miller. Okay.
He just bounced a couple together.
Oh.
He didn't break anything, but it woke me up out of a dead sleep this morning. Duncan Miller.
Duncan Miller. I like that.
Becky.
All I can see is just like Christmas ornaments in that at Christmas time because it's so clear.
Oh, yeah.
It would look so, and then with some fairy lights wound in. Oh, I think it would look so pretty. Okay. Next up, and Claudia and I have talked about this before. When we come across them, we pick them up. Whenever you find a glass ladle. So I found quite a big glass ladle. I can't even get it all the way into frame. So this one is almost 6 inches long. So quite a long handle. Now I keep trying to get it to stand up because it does have a really flat bottom, but because the handle is so high, I can't, it wants to tilt. So just a little glass handle. Oh, how cute. No seams, hand done. Oh, really cool. And if you're interested in the little glass ladle, it's going to be $8, number 74. $8, number 74 for the little glass ladle. And I am sorry about this one, Kaz. I know it's a horse, but it's not like a glass horse. It's a stained glass horse. So I'm apologizing now. All right. It's something I found, and I said, oh, well, I'll pick them up. It's still a stained glass horse. Now, I think at one point he had eyes. He does not have eyes, but maybe he didn't have eyes, and somebody just stuck eyes on him. But he's a really thick, well-made little one. You know, you get some of the cheaper ones that, you know, this one's actually very well made. All right, just a little guy. Let's see. He is 4.5 inches. It's 4.5 inches. So he'd hang like this. He's got his little hanger, so he's a little off kilter. There's his little hanger right there. And it is an ambery, and it's one of those dark amber colors. Real dark amber. So if you're interested in the little horse guy, he's just going to be $5, number 87. $5, number 87 for the tiny little horse. And I'm not a horse fan. It's just when I see my mother-in-law used to have all sorts of little stained glass pieces all over her front windows. Not a fan of that, but I know some people
my grandma did too.
Yeah. Yep. So those are my two.
That looked like root beer.
Wrong color. It's not purple. like from the Wizard of Oz. We need a purple horse head.
Okay, so I did bring the giant Blenko, most likely Blenko, sunburst ashtray back again today, but I dropped the price a little bit. So it's only going to be $18. I know shipping will be a lot because this is a chunky piece of glass. It's just fun. This came out of my personal collection. I had Christmas ornaments in it, and then I just had it on the shelf display during the rest of the year because I love it. So dropped the price to $18, and it's number 10.
And I would just put that in the middle of my coffee table, and whatever ends up in it, and then you clean it out. And then
it'd make a really nice catch-all. It's 10 inches, so it's big. $18, number 10 on that one. And then, oops, I keep finding.
Yeah.
This is bigger than the one that I sold last week. So it's bigger than a creamer, smaller than a pitcher. And it is just over 5 inches tall. It has the applied handle, but there's no poncho on the bottom. And it is crackle glass. But look at the shape.
It's so funky.
The top. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. It's a fun fall syrup. It's a syrup container for the fall. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And this one is $10 number 2. $10 number 2. And those are my 2.
Okay, final stretch. Here we go. I came across Pocahontas. I found Pocahontas in a ruby color. This is Wheaton glass. So this is made by the Wheaton Glass Company. It's actually stamped there on the bottom. She still has her cork. I know that they do a lot of like the presidential ones. I haven't seen Miss Pocahontas yet. And it is a ruby, a dark, like
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah. It's just shy of 6 inches, about 5.5 inches.
What are you doing?
Oh, I see tail.
I know. He keeps walking amongst the glass.
So the cork, I'm not going to say this is its original cork by any stretch of the imagination. But it could be, you never know. It looks like it's been sitting in there for a while, that's for sure. So really good shape. I love her little face. We've even got the little Elizabethan collar going on here. And her hair. And it says up here, that's what it says up here. It says Pocahontas. Pocahontas. So if you're interested in my Pocahontas bottle, she's going to be $10, number 91. $10, number 91 for Miss Pocahontas. I gotta get my lighting under control. I broke a ring light. My second ring light. So I've given up on ring light. So I just have this off-camera light. I gotta come up with a better way to do that. Okay, next up, I'm gonna hold this way back here. I have an apothecary jar. Take the top off because I will drop it. I got this a while ago in a house I lived in. It was my landlord's mother's, and her mother had been dead for about 20 years. So I don't know how old it is. There's no marking on it. I just thought this is the right time of year to bring these out, have a little fun. There's no chips or cracks on this at all. And I have 3 of them that sit in my bathroom. They hold my cotton balls, my cotton rounds, and my Q-tips. This one just didn't fit in with the others. They're all funky shapes, which is kind of fun. But I did have rose petals, dried rose petals in this one. But great to make a terrarium or to put your little spooky doll bits in there for the holiday season. And then put your happy, holly jolly, like little elves and stuff in there. Somebody needs to do that. Like little demonic elf heads. Like this is Santa's naughty jar. Krampus's naughty jar. Ooh, that's an idea. Okay, so if you're interested in my apothecary jar, it's $15, number 89. $15, number 89, and that's my last one.
All right. I've got
Cheers.
a classic clear glass pitcher. This one came out of that hoarded house, and there were 2 of them, and my family member actually kept one for himself. They remind us of the pitchers that Pizza Hut used to serve
Yes.
the table when we were kids.
Yep. Yep.
So at one point I had looked it up because he wanted to know, and I didn't save the info and then ran out of time today, but this one is 7 1/4 inches tall. At the spout, at its shortest point, 6 1/2 inches. And it is only $12, number 16.
That is a sangria pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
That's a sangria pitcher.
There you go. Then my last item today, you may have seen these in my haul from the Lincoln Highway Byway sales. It's this little salt and pepper shakers. And they've got the words embossed on them, and then they've got this nice ribbing. They've got their original shakers, but they aren't in fantastic shape.
I love that you're fighting the cat for the camera.
So a little bit of rusting, but pepper.
I like that when things get like that, when they get old.
And they didn't have anything marked on the bottom. They are 2 inches tall. So these are just little ones. Just sweet. I just love that they're embossed with the salt and the pepper on them. $8, number 7. $8.
I know.
Number 7.
Her fur baby is the best. He's adorable with his little tail in the air. And it's like he's trying to show off. He's doing like a catwalk strut across the camera. Like, guys, check out my tail.
He absolutely is doing
Oh,
that.
you get Carrie Ann for number 7.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. I've learned that immediately after sale, I've got to clear this, or he'll get bored and start knocking things off when I'm not paying attention to him.
Oh.
He broke a piece of Viking that way.
Oh, no.
Now I immediately clear everything after every sale.
Oh, yeah. I hide it away from my bull in a china shop of a dog. Yes, everything is up high. And then we have the breakable room where they get a little crazy. They got to get out because we don't need nothing broken. Yep. Oh, goodness.
I'm just waiting for him to decide he wants to try and climb on my display shelves that have my poodles. Because number 1, it's not heavy enough to hold him. And number 2, it is jammed full.
Yeah.
With the poodle collection. So far, he's left it alone. It hangs over my bed, but
he's the star of the show today. Him and his tail.
What? Now he's just moving my camera. Buddy, come on.
No, we need a better angle, Mom. We need a better angle.
Was the lighting not good for you?
And thank you, Barbie. We'll see Barbie on Thursday here at 2:00. We're going to be doing a live sale, the 3 of us together. So yay! So mark calendars, 2:00 Thursday, right here on Claudia's channel.
Super excited to hang out with Nikki and Barbie. That's going to be so much fun.
Yes.
Stop moving the camera.
And you've got your sale on Wednesday, right? Wednesday morning.
Yes,
you're doing Wednesday morning sale.
Coffee, chat, small sale.
Those are the best.
A hug and pets. He just wants to be. See, he's saying no.
He's like, you're stealing? My fans want to see me. You're stealing it, Mom.
Have a good day, Becky.
Bye. So I have a static coming out tomorrow, and every Tuesday and Wednesday at 3 p.m. I do a whatnot sale. I didn't do last Wednesdays because I kind of lost my voice, and when you have to talk for about 45 minutes to an hour, it doesn't really work. So last Wednesday's sale was moved to this Wednesday, and then like I said, I'll be back here on Thursday. with Claudia. So make sure you check out my channel because I got a couple of cool things on there. Awesome sauce statics.
Yep. And if you
So,
are not
yeah.
subscribed to Barbie and not
Yes.
subscribed to Nikki, their links are below for their YouTube channel and their Instagrams. And we need to get both these ladies to 500. Barbie's like so close.
I
So
know.
close. So check and make sure that you've not been unsubscribed. Because somebody told me on Saturday night they had been unsubscribed to me. So they
Yep.
resubscribed. So
It happens. It happens. What are we going to do next week?
I don't even know.
We'll decide behind the scenes, and then you all find out next week when you come over to my channel. Next week it'll be over on my channel, so make sure set your timers every day at lunchtime. We'll figure something out fun. We'll do another glass company. Yep. They're fun to do to find out stuff about them that you didn't know. Got to hit the ring. Yes. Got to hit that too. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Hope we made your Monday a little bit brighter, and we'll see you later.
Bye, everyone.